Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
I am the greatest.
He's got a mouth that gets him in trouble.
You couldn't carry my jockstrap in a suitcase. You either smoke or you get smoked.
But he's got the moves to back it up.
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
Wesley Snipes.
Sofa. See ya. Wouldn't want to be.
Woody Harrelson.
You explain to this Gladys Knight and the pimps.
The pips.
White Man Can't Jump.
Man, you were almost there.
Rated R. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
I'm glad they said rated R in the actual trailer, because I told Jake I was watching a movie about basketball. Totally forgot it was rated R. And then first game, I was like, oh, wait, you have to get out.
It's definitely rated R. There's titties in there. There's like 150 F-bombs.
93 MFers. That's a lot.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Movie Life Crisis, Season 2, Episode 14. We are watching the famous documentary about my athletic ability, White Men Can't Jump.
Absolutely.
Because it's racist, and we're going to talk about how racist it is against white people. I'm just joking. There's no such thing.
Don't say that too loud.
I'm saying it loud. You can't be racist against white people. Get the out of here with that.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes. We've done 14 episodes this season, and this is our second Wesley Snipes movie. That might say something about us.
I like Wesley Snipes.
I do too. I don't think I like Wesley Snipes as much as Wesley Snipes likes Wesley Snipes. That's the only problem.
No, Wesley Snipes definitely likes himself. But, I don't know. He didn't even make it into my favorite characters.
No, me either.
I can't believe 14 episodes. Jeez Louise. Flying by.
We're cruising. And then in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to do our first face-to-face in-person episode since the podcast launched, because I'll be back in Louisiana. So
that's awesome. Can't wait.
Might lose all the magic, might be shitty, and we might just delete it.
Wait, there's magic?
Yeah. All right, name that tune.
Oh, yeah. I've never heard that. Is that In the Air Tonight, the club remix? I have no idea what that is.
You're so close, dude, because it's so absolutely Genesis, but it is.
That sounds familiar, maybe.
Yeah. No Son of Mine. I thought that was going to be a tough one. I thought about giving you an easy one because you've missed a couple, but I decided...
No, don't give me easy ones. No, I don't want that.
That song reached number 12 on the Billboard Top 100 and finished the year at like 68.
Jeez.
Genesis, No Son of Mine.
Wow. Cool. At least I got the Phil Collins.
I used to like Genesis. I had that CD.
That actual CD?
Yeah, and I could not have named it, but I did have that at one point in time.
Is that the one with I Can't Dance on it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yo, Jackie D, I'm going to make you a mixtape. You like Phil Collins? Got 2 ears and a heart, don't I?
Genesis. All right. I would have never got that. I'm not listening to that.
No.
Never going to hear that song again in my life.
Dude, Genesis is really good. And they have that unmistakable early 90s snare sound that I just love, where it just sounds like a wah. It's like really in your face, like the Michael Jackson Keep It in the Closet snare.
Yeah, dude. So that whole sound was a mistake when it happened. They were miking the drums, and the way the filter that it was going through, or the compression that it was going through the mic that was in there, when they hit it, it made a sound. And he used it on a Genesis album or whatever. And then he liked it so much, he started using it. And now that's like the unmistakable sound of the drums in the 80s and the late 80s, early 90s.
I love it. It's one of my favorite New Jack style drum sounds that's Phil Collins discovered.
There's a Vox thing. It's like 6 minutes long. I'm going to send it to you. It's really cool.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, cool. Genesis. Awesome. Missed it.
You don't want an easy one.
I don't want an easy one. I don't.
All right, White Men Can't Jump. Give us a synopsis.
Black and white basketball hustlers join forces to double their chances of winning money on the street courts and in a basketball tournament. That doesn't say anything about the movie.
It doesn't. I mean, but it also does.
It does. But that's like
It's basketball hustlers.
That's the overarching theme. There's so many smaller stories going on in there.
I like the high-level overview. I like the 10,000 foot.
Got it.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes are basketball hustlers. They're hustling people. They're hustling each other. That's kind of it.
Yeah, and Rosie Perez.
No one learns anything. No one has any character development.
No.
They win and lose, and sometimes when you lose, you win, and sometimes when you win, you lose, and sometimes when you tie, you win.
Or you lose.
Or you lose. As Rosie Perez says in the movie.
And she says it nothing like that. I realized while waiting for you to join onto this link that I don't have a Rosie Perez impression.
I can't. There's no way.
I mean, I can try, but
It's like part Puerto Rican, part Brooklyn. I could never recreate that accent.
very few people can.
$31 million budget. This movie grossed $91 million. Pretty good. I think it was like in the top 20 for the year.
Yeah, that's really good. 16, I think.
How about, did you find any awards?
It was recognized for the, well, let me say this. It was nominated for the top 10 sports films for AFI. It didn't make it.
That's a pretty good list.
Top 10 sports movies?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to do. And when we get to the bottom, I'm going to ask you where this ranks on your basketball movies list. So be ready for that. Start letting it marinate in the back of your head.
Yeah. I'm going to kick that around.
Yeah.
This movie was written and directed by Ron Shelton, who is the guy who wrote and directed Bull Durham and a bunch of other sports movies. So this is he lived in LA. He was a minor league baseball player. He got out of the minor leagues. He wrote and directed Bull Durham. And then as he was writing Bull Durham, he said he would write in the mornings, then he would go play pickup games in LA and Hollywood on these like kind of rough courts with some really good players. And that gave him the idea for this movie. And so this is all kind of we'll get through his credits, but he's done a bunch of great sports movies and some not so great sports movies.
Yeah, also not great, but yeah, a lot of his are sports movies. It's cool.
I love that. I love that that's the lane that he's in. And then he's just has got some all-timers. And he's like, yeah, I got some Great White Hype, not a top all-timer,
right,
but still fun.
Way fun. Sequels and spinoffs.
No sequels or spinoffs. Did you find a sequel or spinoff?
No, unless you count the great, The White Men Can't Jump, great video game from 1995. It came out on Atari Jaguar and MS-DOS. And if you watch videos of that, it is way bad.
Okay, that's awesome. I also saw on YouTube the kids look like they were 10 years old or less, and they recreated one of the pickup scenes with these two basketball phenoms where they're wearing the clothes, they were saying the lines, and then the kids were playing basketball against adults. That was also pretty bad.
Nice. Were they cursing?
But also a little bit hilarious. No, I don't think they cussed. I think they took that.
That's good.
But like, dude, the little Woody Harrelson kid was wearing the like biking hat with the brim flipped up and like the tank top and
the biking hat.
Saying all the Wesley Snipes lines, and the white kid playing the Woody Harrelson part was like wearing the goofy hypercolor hat and like the big baggy Pistol Pete socks.
I don't get the biking hat. I mean, it's just, I'm sure just a fashion statement, but like, I just don't get it. It didn't do anything. Does it keep the sun out of your eyes? No, not with the bill.
Well, he kept his cash in there at one point in time.
Yeah, but in that point, his cash was everywhere. It was in his bathing suit area and his sock.
Yes, he had some in his socks. Yeah, I know. Wesley Snipes' whole basketball outfit, it really was perfect he had like the cycling hat where he had the brim flipped up, which does nothing to keep the sun out of your eyes.
No.
But that's fine because you can't play basketball with a regular hat.
Right.
And then he was wearing like a tank top with like real thin straps where like both nipples were hanging out. And then he had
this is the thing I think about the
running shorts with biking shorts underneath it.
The tank top he had a really big neck and it was tucked in. So like it was tucked in and I could still see his belly button. And I was like, what the
NBA rules, you had to tuck in the tank top.
What the heck is going on?
I actually really liked the Woody Harrelson's outfit. He had the parental advisory t-shirt and the hypercolor hat and like baggy socks. I was in like baggy shorts, like cargo shorts.
Sweatshirt and a huge gym bag that he always carried around.
Yes, a huge duffel bag. I was like, man, I would dress exactly like that to go play pickup if I had that stuff in my closet. I would wear that this week to a pickup game.
Oh, man. You know how bad your feet would hurt after running in those freaking Chuck Taylors like that?
I thought they were some kind of Air Jordans or Air Force Ones or something, but at one point Wesley Snipes went over there to try to pump them up, to try to inflate them.
Yeah, when he was doing the dunk. Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember when and where you first saw this movie?
I actually do. And this is weird. So this is a 550 bin purchase for me. I never knew this. I didn't watch it when it first came out because I was like too young for all the 93 MFers that they put in there.
Right.
So I can remember ordering from Domino's a large thin crust pizza, watching this movie and pausing it after Woody Harrelson can't dunk, thinking, you know what? I can't dunk either on a 10-foot goal. Maybe I should just look to see how many calories are in this pizza and I shouldn't eat this quite as often. And I can remember going over that pink chair that I had in my apartment that my Aunt May gave me right by the computer.
Yeah.
And I pulled up the calories and I was like, oh man, I need to cut back. I'll never be able to dunk. It turns out that has nothing to do with the amount of pizza I ate. It doesn't help. But I can remember like watching that, eating a whole thin crust pizza because it's just one large cracker. I ate the whole thing and then realized, man, I'm never going to dunk. I'm going to be just like Woody Harrelson.
And Woody Harrelson is in great shape, and he also can't dunk, so it's okay.
Yeah, and that didn't stop me. I still eat a whole large thin crust pizza. But yeah, that's the only reason I remember it, because I remember buying it at Walmart, picking up Domino's on the way home, and undoing the plastic wrapper and sticking the movie in for the first time and watching it in my apartment.
That's awesome. Dude, it's funny. I remember that apartment, and I know that it wasn't in this time of the internet, but when you're describing like sitting on the chair and getting on the internet, I feel like I'm picturing in my head Sandra Bullock in The Net, where it's like the internet's like super old and it's all dial up.
It's green text and I'm just typing a lot.
Yeah. Even though really like that's a kind of fairly modernish internet. Like what browser did you use when you did that? Like there's no like Google Chrome or Firefox stuff.
No, that was Netscape. And I probably asked Jeeves what.
Yeah, you went on Alta Vista and you typed in how many calories in a Domino's thin crust pizza.
Right.
And it was like probably a message board where someone was just like speculating.
And they guessed at it. That's pretty accurate.
But like that wasn't dial-up internet. That was like cable internet days.
That was
or
DSL. Yeah, it was DSL.
So really it wasn't that long ago. Although truthfully it was really long ago.
Not that DSL was, it was fast, but compared to what we have now, super slow.
But at the time that there was no such thing as streaming video. There wasn't even a YouTube. So you didn't need any more speed than that.
This was like, I would say 99, 2000, somewhere up in there.
Yeah.
So maybe, was YouTube around then? When did YouTube come around?
No, YouTube came out in like, I want to say 2004, 2005-ish.
So this was before that.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
That's what I'm saying. That's how old we are. We're like remembering a world before there was streaming video.
You remember that apartment? It was a bad apartment.
Yeah.
It was like 300 square feet. You should get some scented candles. Girls love when you have scented candles. Do they also like it when your toaster's a foot from the shower? Because I got that going on too. Yeah, dude, I can remember not being able to open the fridge all the way. It would bump the counter across the kitchen. It was horrible.
Yeah, I remember that too. That kitchen was like, we couldn't both stand in it at the same time. It was that small.
Yeah, it was horrible. But also awesome. Dude, speaking of which, the sequels and the spinoffs, did you see who they got to play Woody Harrelson's character?
I did. Jack Harlow.
I don't know how I feel about that. Everybody says he can play because he was in the All-Star game, celebrity game, and played really well.
Listen, I'm here to tell you, I went and watched the highlights from the Jack Harlow NBA celebrity game. He is fucking atrocious.
No, not that he can ball like he's going to start in the NCAA tournament next year. It's that he can dribble a ball and make it look like he is.
He can't.
Are you sure?
He can't. I take Woody Harrelson at age 60 over Jack Harlow in one-on-one, and I'll lay everything on it. He's terrible. Like I'll send you the video. You can watch the highlights. He hits a couple threes, but dude, he looks like if you told your 10-year-old son to shoot 3-pointers on a 10-foot goal. Like he'd have to fling it from like below his knees and launch his whole body into it. That's exactly what his shot looks like. And it's completely flat. And he made a couple of them because it's the celebrity game. Who cares?
Yeah.
And dude, he had one like steal and he drove for a layup. And every dribble, it looked like he completely lost where the ball was going to bounce up. And then he grabbed it on the run and like chest passed it at the rim and it went in. And everyone's like, yeah, you could play. You got like 11 points in the celebrity game. No. Watch the highlights. He cannot play.
I didn't watch the highlights.
There's no moment where he was holding a basketball where you thought like, this looks like he could play. He can't play at all.
All the articles I read were like, yep, and he played in the celebrity game and he looked pretty good. So they went ahead and went with it.
If they're writing that he looked pretty good, they've never seen anyone play basketball.
He's pretty popular right now though. So that's definitely why they're doing it.
It's 100% why they're doing it. Great. That's good for them. But one of the things that's awesome about this movie, and Ron Shelton said that he learned from Bull Durham, is like the actors have to be able to play. Too much of this movie happens on a court.
Right.
They have to be able to play.
Yeah, dude, I'm with it. I thought that was...
Like he said Keanu Reeves really wanted this movie after having done Point Break. And it's like he couldn't play. And which you and I talked about when we did Point Break, why Keanu kept getting cast at quarterback. He clearly can't play.
Vaya con Dios, my brother.
Vaya con Dios. I'm going to quit this job by throwing my badge in the ocean in Australia, and then I'm out of here. I love Keanu Reeves, but he can't play. We got to stop casting him in sports movies.
Think about Keanu talking noise to Wesley Snipes. I just don't even.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make something this pretty look bad? Why might I do that? You have to ask yourself, am I a chump?
My name is Billy Hoyle.
Billy Dracula.
Keanu Hoyle.
Oh, man, I don't want to pick on Keanu. I love Keanu Reeves, but he can't play.
Yeah.
So I'm not excited about the remake because I know the guy, that Jack Harlow, can't play. I've watched the YouTube. In 10 seconds of him holding a basketball, I was like, nope, it's not going to work. He can't do it.
I'm going to have to watch the video. I have no idea.
I'm going to send it to you.
That's great.
How many chimney dogs?
I gave it 6 chimney dogs because for me, there was a lot of smack talk, and you know how much I love smack talk.
Yeah.
And I love talking trash. But I don't know, dude. It just seemed like it was over the top and too much. And maybe that's like the culture of Venice Beach basketball, but I'm not. It was just too much for me, and I was just like, at some points, I was just like, whoa. He's talking so much trash that he had to take a breath in the middle of that one, and it lost, like, it didn't even sting as bad because he had to go in the middle of it, and I didn't like that. So I gave it 6 because I still enjoyed it, but not as much as I could have. I think if the smack talk was more concise, I would have liked it.
Yeah, this movie's 2 hours, and it definitely could use a little bit of tightening. I got it 6.5. I thought we don't do 7s. No 7, no 7.5. I flirted with 8, but I had Sneakers at an 8, and Sneakers I really like a lot more than this. But this is a really enjoyable movie, so 6.5 I feel is a good spot for. I watched it twice because I watched it once, and then as I was assembling my notes, I just put it on in the background. I wanted to watch the basketball scenes specifically again,
Right.
And I enjoyed it both times. But the second time through, I definitely fast forward to get back to the next basketball scene.
No, you have to. Yeah, that's it was just like, dude, you know how much I love like T.O. and freaking people talking noise and just like, hey, you wanted me to stop talking? Stop me from scoring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. But this was just not it for me. I mean, this dude's the same dude who wrote Bad Boys 2. All the quips and comebacks are awesome in that. There's never a point where I'm just like, oh, all right, we get it. Get back to doing what you're doing.
Well, you said it. I think this trash talking in this movie takes up so much of the movie. Ron Shelton said that they played basketball.
Right.
He would just film them playing basketball, and they really did talk trash, and they really did gamble, and they were all trying to one-up each other with the Yo Mama jokes, and he just told them, go home tonight, write out your favorite Yo Mama jokes, and then tomorrow, just whatever ones you have, we'll just use. So I think that the actors got to come up with a lot of the smack talk, and that's why it doesn't have that like crisp bad boys back and forth.
It's really not crisp, but that's the only reason I gave it a 6. You get rid of some of the smack talk, make it more concise. It's easily an 8 for me. I enjoyed it a lot.
The basketball is really good, but the smack talking is definitely well, first of all, smack talk doesn't age well. 30 years later, you're going like, yo mama jokes, your mama's an astronaut, like we go on Sizzler, chump, who you calling chump?
Yeah.
Like that just 30 years later, it's like, all these guys seem corny.
Go watch the first Bad Boys. That's from 96 or whatever. I know that's not the same writer, but I'm saying like those back and forths are still funny.
But those are just one-liners.
Yeah.
It's not like 3 minutes of one guy. Like the trash talk were monologues.
Right.
Like even the first time through, Wesley Snipes was like,
yeah.
I was like, dude, just wind it down a little bit. I know that probably this is exactly what it was like to play pickup in LA at this time because that's what this guy did and that's what he wrote. So it probably was very true to the moment.
Man.
But as a viewer, I'm just like, I'm with you. It's like, hey, but dude, if I went, because I played pickup basketball when I lived in LA, and there wasn't like 3 minutes of trash talking between every point, but there were like 5-minute arguments over whose ball it was or what score it was. And I remember being on the court being like, can we just fucking inbound? Can someone shoot for it? I don't want to spend all day arguing over like whether it was a travel.
Yeah.
From a certain standpoint, there's some verisimilitude to the movie if that's what they were doing, because that probably is exactly what those games were like.
You know, I talk trash playing Holy Ghost on those Sunday nights, but still too much for me.
I play pickup with a bunch of old guys, and half of them work with my wife, and frequently after we play basketball the next day, I'll have to be like, check in with that guy and see if he's upset with me. Because I'm not like, your mama's so fat, she fell down and broke her leg and gravy poured out.
Right.
But I'm just like, it's my trash talk's just like, don't help. This dude has no shot. They'll call a foul. Like, that's not a foul. That was me taking your shit.
Can Bill Winnington do this?
Just like, to me, normal basketball conversations, but sometimes adults are not that keen on that. They just
Right.
they don't want other adults to talk shit to them, and I get that.
Who cares?
That's what I'm saying.
I like it, but it has to be concise.
What best scenes? What's your first scene?
All right, my first best scene is when Woody Harrelson is trying to dunk and loses all his money.
All right.
There's a few reasons I like it. One, it just shows you Billy has a huge gambling problem. He can't not do it. And he can't, just like Marty McFly, you can't call him chicken. You can't just say that this dude can't do anything. And he's going to prove that he can do it or go down swinging. There's a point where he had tried it twice and he's taking off his sweatshirt and he's getting ready. And Wesley Snipes turns to him. He's like, listen, just listen. And you could tell he was almost to the point where he's like, look, I don't want you to do this. I believe you that you can dunk. Let's just stop. But he doesn't. And he tries it a third time anyway and loses his money. I don't know. I just really like that scene because, first of all, you get to hear the title of the movie where he says white men can't jump. And second, I know what it's like when we would slowly raise your goal and I would try to dunk and just get denied by the rim, even at, friggin' 9 feet. So I don't know. That was my first one. I just really like that scene.
That's one of my, I don't think it's on my worst scene, but it's one of the hardest parts of the movie for me to watch.
Yeah. But that's why I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, it's important to the movie and it's really well done, but personally, that's brutal for me to watch someone just self-destruct in slow motion, especially knowing that it's, because I've seen the movie 30 times, knowing it's going to happen. So like I was watching the movie with Wendy, and when that scene started, she was like, I'm going to go wash my face. I can't watch this guy. I was like, I know, I don't want to watch it either. Because it's like, he's fictional and it's 30 years ago, but I'm like, don't, dude, you can't. Just keep the money. Keep the money.
But that part right there, and the fact that you have those emotions is so good. That means it was well acted, well put together, well written.
I know, you're totally right. I'm just saying it's hard. It's hard for me to watch, just like the first season or two of The Office when Steve Carell's being really cringy. I'm just like, it's so painful to watch.
Yeah, I like that. So what's your first one?
My first one is the first pickup scene. Billy Hoyle meets Sidney Dean when Woody and Wesley meet the first time. It's too long. The trash talking's way too long. You could tell if they made the movie again, they would tighten that up a lot.
Yeah,
I really like the basketball, and I like the interactions and the way they introduce the characters to each other.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's dressed like a chump. He's got his hypercolor hat and his baggy sweater and his like parental advisory t-shirt and his baggy socks.
Yeah.
And Wesley is like talking smack, even though he's terrible at basketball. And then like Woody Harrelson comes into the game, substitutes in for somebody, wins the game. And then Wesley's all up in his face talking all kind of shit. It's like, yeah, you might have got lucky with a couple passes, but that doesn't mean you can play. And Woody just ropes him in. He's like, maybe you're right. Maybe I can't play. You haven't seen me shoot. Maybe I can't shoot. What's it worth it to you to find out? How's
Nice.
$50?
Nice.
And he freaking jacks his cash. And Kadeem Hardison's like standing in his face trying to psych him out. It has some good quotes. I really like that scene.
Yeah, that whole scene where he's like, by the way, out here on the beach, the wind could push the ball a couple of inches to the left or the right, and he's swinging his ass back and forth. I used to love that part. I thought that was hysterical.
And the reveal, like they're going to shoot 5 shots from the top of the key, and whoever hits more wins the money. And they both go 4 for 4. Wesley Snipes doesn't stop talking the whole time, and finally Woody Harrelson's like, will you shut up? Yeah. He's like, am I getting in your head? He's like, no, you're not getting in my head. You're just giving me a headache. He's like, dude, the thing you don't understand is like, you see me dressed like this, like, and you think to yourself, a chump. And he like, Kadeem Hardison standing right next to him. He's like, a geek. He's like, yes, exactly, a geek.
Yeah.
But you have to ask yourself, it takes a lot of work to make someone as good as me look like a geek. Why do I do that? It's like, if I miss this shot, bottom line, I walk away, like, I'm good. But if you miss the shot, you got beaten not once, but twice by a chump. And dude, and then he freaking cans the fish shot, and then he gets right up in Wesley Snipes' face, and Wesley misses it. Woody takes the money. Like, it's just a perfect introduction to both of the characters.
Something about the way Woody Harrelson is, he plays these types of parts really well. I like that scene also. And under my characters, because Billy is one of my favorite characters, and I talk about why, I put down that you've not been beat not only once, but twice by a slow, geeky white jump or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a good scene. But you're right. There was a lot of smack talk, and it went on for a while.
It felt like we were getting the extended edition Lord of the Rings smack talk cut. It was like, why is there 2 extra hours of smack talk in this movie? Like when I watched the Return of the Kings, Lord of the Rings, like extended edition, I was like, why is there 40 extra minutes of people walking around? This is terrible.
Just walking. This is the thing too. I don't know if it's like you said, and those people are just like it doesn't age well, or they're just not that good at smack talk. Like I don't know, man. See you wouldn't want to be you. I would never. I wouldn't say that back then,
dude. You would have totally said that in 1992.
No way.
Like you don't remember people going like high five, low five, too slow, like.
Yeah, my
You
daughter
don't remember
does
the
that.
freaking not and the too slow? We absolutely would have done that. I mean, these guys are like grown-ups and we were kids, but still.
See, you wouldn't want to be. Yeah, I just don't. I don't remember ever saying that. Maybe I did. Well, what do I know?
What's your next scene?
My next best scene is the Jeopardy scene, where Gloria
Nice.
gets on Jeopardy because that's one of my favorite shows of all time. And then she doesn't get the first question right. It's like who has the most big all-time rebound leader or something, and they both get it. And they're in, Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson at the same time. They're like Wilt the Stilt.
Yeah, and she's like Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. But then it was like foods that begin with the letter Q. And it's like, oh, she knows this. She knows this. And then she just starts blowing through stuff and ends up winning like $14,000, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, she was answering stuff before Alex Trebek was finished reading them.
Yeah.
You can't do that on Jeopardy. But,
Can't do that.
But other than that, it was pretty cool. I liked it. That was I freaking love Jeopardy. And the fact that she was getting them all right, that was really cool.
I do too. Ron Shelton said that originally he wrote the character Gloria to be, because Woody Harrelson in the movie's from Louisiana, and this is his like college girlfriend Gloria that's with him, and he said it was like a kind of Southern belle type of character in his head, and it wasn't really making any sense to him. And then he finally hit, like someone had said something about like, oh, my wife or my girlfriend's obsessed with getting on Jeopardy, and that was the thing that made him think like, oh, that's cool. That could be like a character hook that I could move into.
That's awesome.
And that's such a better character than milquetoast, white bread, blonde-haired Southern sorority chick girlfriend.
Right. And dude, so he said, I played some basketball down in college down in Louisiana, but it didn't hit me until the very end with the Stucci brothers.
Now we can show our face at Tipitina's again?
Yeah, when he said Tipitina's, and then
Yeah.
when they pulled off and it had the old school 90s Louisiana license plate where the U, S, and A are extra big, it hit me again. I was like, oh yeah, Louisiana, damn. Cool, I'm glad they went with Rosie Perez, Puerto Rican, Brooklyn accent, than the Southern belle of Louisiana.
And that formula works so good that in 3 years when they come back to do Money Train, they just go again like it's Woody and it's Wesley and we got to get Mexican woman there or a Hispanic woman there, and they get Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo.
My next scene is when the guy is going to bet them on the basketball court and he doesn't have the money, so he goes, hold on a second.
Gotta go to my glove compartment.
Pulls on a ski mask and goes to hold up a store to get the money.
Oh, and he shows up and he's still wearing his same freaking basketball outfit.
He walks off the court, he grabs his gun and his ski mask, and he walks into this store next to the court where the guy obviously knows who he is, and it's like, give me all your money. And he's like, whatever the guy's name in the movie. His real name's Marcus. And it's like, Marcus, that's you?
Yeah.
And then he goes, you need a gun, man. Why don't you buy this gun off me? There's a lot of people, crazy people out here.
I almost put that one down. I really like that. There was apparently that happened in real life too.
Yeah, Ron Shelton said that the courts he used to play at in Hollywood that were kind of rough, he came to him one day and they were chained shut, and he asked one of the guys, he's like, what happened to the courts? He's like, oh, there was an argument. Somebody went to the glove compartment, and like everyone knew go to the glove compartment means I'm going to get my gun.
Yeah, it was over a block or a charge or something like that.
A block charge.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't call charges in a pickup game. That's why I've never been shot at, because we don't call block charges in pickup games.
Exactly. There is a part from there though, when they're hustling that dude and he goes and gets his gun and he starts coming back and everybody's running and they're hopping over the fence. And Woody Harrelson forgets this huge duffel bag, so he turns, grabs the duffel bag and throws it over the fence. When he throws it, Wesley Snipes is just at the top of the fence. You know how Wesley Snipes goes over fences. We already saw that in Passenger 57.
He just springs right over them wearing dress shoes and a fly-ass jacket.
He jumped over it.
Gundas.
He threw the bag when Wesley Snipes was at the top. By the time Wesley Snipes was on his feet, he turned around and caught the bag and kept running. I was like, God, that dude's friggin'.
He's legit. Yeah, and the guy who went and held up the store to get the money was a professional NBA player, Marcus Johnson, who was like a 5-time All-Star, who was one of the real basketball players in this movie.
I didn't know any of the real basketball players in this movie.
He was the only one, I think, except there were a couple other guys who played kind of low-level college ball, but he was the only one who was like...
No, I have 6 players that played in the NBA that were on the movie.
Oh, really?
Gary Payton.
I saw that Gary Payton was in the movie, but I watched it twice and I never saw him.
Couldn't find him. Freeman Williams, Lewis Price, Nigel Miguel, and Dwayne Martin. Don't know any of those players.
I didn't know Lewis Price played in the NBA. I have stuff about him later on, though. But
yeah.
But anyway, that scene where you go hold up the store to get the cash to bet, and then goes to the glove compartment for his other gun after he loses. What's your next scene?
All right, so the last scene I have is the scene where Woody goes back after Jeopardy to try to win back Gloria, and he plays the song that he wrote on his guitar, which has some of the best lyrics ever. It's just...
I will never bring you water.
Gosh. Yes.
When you're thirsting in our bed, you know why. Understand dry-mouthedness and I sympathize instead.
He plays the song that Woody Harrelson and Ron Shelton wrote called Gloria.
And it keeps going.
It has lyrics pulled from the movie. Yeah, it keeps going on. And then, do you know who sings the second part of the song, Gloria?
Who is that?
Lewis Price.
Oh, nice.
Lewis Price plays one of the like street ball legends at the end of the movie, but according to what you read, was actually also in the NBA.
Yeah.
So not only did those two things happen, like clearly he's a very good basketball player, he was the lead singer of the Temptations from 1977 to 1980. And then after that, he moved over to be the lead singer of the Drifters.
Nice.
So like listen to some of the Louis Price part of Gloria.
And I know screwing is the carpenters, so let's make love instead. And I know I'm getting wrong. So
once he came in, I was like, shit, this song slaps.
Yeah.
Gloria. My Gloria.
Oh man, I had no idea he was from the Temps. That's awesome.
Yeah, he was the third, because back in the day it was like Menudo, they would just cycle through the people and keep the group going. So he was the third lead singer of the Temptations, late 70s, and then he was the lead singer of the Drifters for a while. I had to go deep into the internet to find out who sung the second half of that Gloria song, because the song is like hilarious.
Yeah,
and
it's
Woody
way
Harrelson
funny.
starts singing it. He's terrible at guitar.
Yeah.
But the lyrics are brilliant. And then it transitions to this like, oh shit, someone came in and like crushed the second half of that song.
They need to just record it. It needs to be an outtake on your next album.
The YouTube video for that song, the comments are literally full of people going like, where's the full version? I need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you had that song queued up because that's hysterical. That's definitely my third best scene.
I had it ready because that was freaking so good.
Yeah.
My third scene is when Gloria and Sydney's wife make a plan for the guys to make money while Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes are like arguing with each other in the other room.
Yeah.
They're partners and Wesley Snipes rips off Woody Harrelson and Rosie Perez figures it out. She's like, you got hustled. He's like, I didn't get hustled. There's a code. They go over there and he's like, honey, you can't. Like white people can't go into Watts. I don't know about Puerto Ricans, but I don't think it's allowed.
Yeah.
And so she goes over and she's like, your husband hustled my boyfriend. I'm here for my money. That's a terrible Rosie Perez.
That's pretty good.
But the wife's like, I don't care. You can't have the money back. But anyway, the women are like having tea, talking it over, and the guys are like arguing with each other and like pointing at each other. And then there's a basketball game on in the background, and then suddenly they like all become best friends because they're talking about basketball.
I like that part.
It was hard. I didn't want to do more than one scene that was a basketball scene, and it was really hard because those were, to me, by far the best parts of the movie. So
yeah, I tried not to pick any of the games. I'm with you. And they had to take the bus over there. And the whole time they're talking about whether or not they can go in there. It's good stuff.
But I also I always like when there's like a juxtaposition of like, here's a women interacting, and then it cuts to here's men interacting, and they're like yelling at each other. It's like, yeah, I ain't giving you your money, chump. Who you calling a chump?
Right.
And the women are like sipping tea. It's like, well, you're not gonna have your money back, but here's what we can do.
You make it sound like the 90s comedians. Black people do it like this. Oh, and then white people do it like this. Yeah, every single joke was like that. Let me tell you why I hate my wife. Okay, calm down. Yeah, dude, that's a good scene. I'm glad you picked that one.
Quotes? What's your first quote?
When he walks up to the Venice Beach Boys, the four gentlemen that are singing with the guitar and the drummer, and he goes, and Woody Harrelson goes, "My old man was a preacher. I love this shit." And he gives him some money.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I always like that. The fact that he said shit and the fact that and his dad was a preacher and they were singing, that was my first one.
Do you know what Woody Harrelson's father actually did?
I don't know.
He was a hitman for the mafia.
I knew there was some...
He didn't shoot JFK, although he was a suspect for a while, but he basically, I think, went to prison for a long time for murdering a federal judge.
Maybe, is he out of prison yet or is he dead?
I think he's dead.
Damn it. I know a couple of federal judges. Too soon.
Sorry, Secret Service. It's just a joke.
Yes, just kidding. So I don't know. I just like that my old man was a preacher. I love this shit. And he puts money in there and they just keep singing and keep going.
Now, I really like that scene too. The movie starts, he's walking down Venice Beach. It's like all boarded up. It's kind of sketchy. And he's just three black guys just on the corner, like singing doo-wop stuff.
Yeah, killing it too.
I like that the soundtrack was kind of from the 60s, even though it was obviously in the 90s. There's Jimi Hendrix and like Ray Charles and like OJ's and Aretha Franklin.
I like how the one dude was pretending to play the stand-up bass. He was just holding his hands going, do, 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 do.
My first quote is from right after that, and it's, "We goin' Sizzler."
Who doesn't love Sizzler?
Just because I remember people saying that.
Dude, I do. I definitely remember people saying that.
It's not still in rotation, but I might not have remembered what movie that was from until I saw him do it. Kadeem Hardison.
I can remember people saying that, and that being a line to me is completely different from "see you, wouldn't want to be you."
Yeah, no.
Which, by the way, is owned by an Australian company called Collins Food, and they just filed for Chapter 11 again during COVID. Had to shut her down.
What's your next quote?
When they're riding in the car, and he puts in a Jimi Hendrix tape. He said, "Look, man, you can listen to Jimmy, but you can't hear him. There's a difference. Just because you're listening doesn't mean you can hear him." Like he's going back and forth with, he's like, "What are you talking about? I'm listening to Jimmy." "Yeah, you're listening, but you're not hearing Jimmy." And he's like, "What are you talking about? The guy who plays drums for Jimmy is white. Look, the whole band's white." And he shows him a picture of the tape, like the liner notes of the tape. And he's like, "No, that's airbrushed. His percussion section is not white."
Rosie Perez goes, "What are you talking about? His drummer is white." And she picks up the tape. It's got a picture of him. And Woody Harrelson's like, the whole band's white except for Jimmy. Wesley Snipes gets super mad. Jimi Hendrix did not have a white rhythm section.
Yeah. It's I can remember saying like you can listen to him, but you can't hear him. I've said that a couple of times about some people. What's your next one?
I like that scene, but also this whole movie, there's and I guess for the time it's probably pretty groundbreaking, but 30 years later, that whole white people can't hear Jimi Hendrix and white men can't jump, and here's how black people rather look good and lose, like all that stuff seems really like trite, reductive, and not terribly effective communication about how people are different.
I think from what we were talking about right before we started recording, you don't realize that people still think that way.
No, I know they do, but I'm saying like this doesn't help advance that problem by going like, oh, well, it's just like that's like, black people like chicken. It's like, well, so white people like chicken too. That's not like a distinguishing characteristic. That's just a food that people like, regardless of how much melanin they have.
Right. No, I totally agree.
I don't want to get into it like, hey, I can't jump. I happen to be white. I don't think those two are linked. There are white guys who can jump, but there's black guys who can't jump. I don't think that's like a productive conversation about the differences between black people and white people. But I think for the time, it's probably about as edgy as you can get.
It's, again, that's those comedians back in the day. They were...
Yeah.
That's how they would separate stuff.
Yeah, that's all, dude. All the 90s comedies, like, yeah, black people like this, but when white people do like, even comedians I really like Chris Rock has said like his earlier stuff,
right?
You know, like black people versus other types of black people. He's going like, I wish I hadn't done that, because then there's a whole generation of people who are now extra racist because of stuff that I made famous, and that was a mistake.
Thank you for not doing the Michael Scott and breaking off into the entire thing.
He's butchering it. I'd like to see someone else do this.
Can I please just black people?
Chris Rock does a routine everyone thinks so groundbreaking. I do the same routine, same exact comedic timing, and everyone files a complaint with corporate. Is it because I'm white?
Nice.
My next quote is, I too know what it's like to be thirsty.
Oh, dude, that's my third, and I left it because it's my favorite.
Dude, we said it a couple podcast episodes ago. Like, we're still using that one. I want you to connect with me through sharing and understanding the concept of dry-mouthedness.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like, and as ridiculous as this sounds, not about drinking water, but about other things, it really will help your relationships.
It's another one where I get annoyed that it's like men and women. Men always want to solve problems. It's a way of controlling. It's like, all right, I don't like men always or women always or black people always. I'm not a fan of that. But
yeah, talking in absolutes is never good.
I'm not saying in general that's not useful. But, and like I said, I don't know if that's a male thing or that's just a human thing. But that's definitely something that's important. It's like, you don't have to fix it. You can just say to your partner, I too know what it's like to feel thirsty.
Kat doesn't like it when I say that because she'll be telling me about some people at work and I'm like, you know what, you should tell her. I realize, I'm trying to fix it. And I'll be like, you should tell her, I too know what it feels like to be thirsty. And she'll be like, you stupid son of a bitch. See, if I'm thirsty, I don't want a glass of water. I want you to sympathize. I want you to say, Gloria, I too know what it feels like to be thirsty. I too have a dry mouth.
Dude, I love the phrase. I want you to connect with me through sharing and understanding the concept of dry-mouthedness.
Concept of dry-mouthedness is fantastic.
It's genius. And then they put it in the lyrics for the song Gloria.
Yeah, it's good. That's my third also.
That's your third. My third is Wesley Snipes' family lives in this basically tenement house that's called Vista View, and his wife's talking about wanting to get out of there, and she goes, there ain't no vista, and there ain't no view, and there sure as hell ain't no vista of no view.
Yeah. That place was really bad. That's like my first apartment, except in a worse neighborhood. I liked the Tyra, whatever her name was, that played that part. She did a good job. She did do a good job. Let me get her name. When she was getting upset about all of the people in the apartment complex, she's right. Somebody would have seen something, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the cops show up. They're doing a lot of stuff. They're writing stuff down. The guy's like touching stuff with no gloves on. Definitely police procedure.
Yeah, we'll run it through the system and get right back to you.
Right, exactly.
Tyra Farrell, she was in Boys in the Hood. She was in Jungle Fever with Wesley Snipes. She's in this movie. She's in Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice is where I remember, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll cover her in some other movies that we will do. But yeah, she's very good in this.
That's tough too, man, because they took all their money. So Wesley Snipes had to start hustling all over again.
It does stink. It's almost as though you shouldn't keep $5,000 in cash in a pickle jar in your apartment that's full of like other people who don't have a lot of money.
Agreed.
I know that's the you were dressed slutty, that's why you got raped argument. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying it's not a good idea.
Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me an officer of the law. All right, so characters. Who's your favorite characters?
First one I had is Kadeem Hardison Jr., the hype man for Wesley Snipes. He was on A Different World. He's in A Renaissance Man.
Can't wait to do that. God, I can't wait to do Renaissance Man.
Dude, I can't either. And he was good, dude. He had a bunch of funny lines. He was the We Go on Sizzler guy, and he's like, "You said we go on Sizzler," after he lost.
Yeah.
I liked his performance. I liked his delivery. He was a fun character.
There are people I know that have his demeanor, and I think it's from his performance in this movie and in A Different World. Like they are just like that. Like they have based their whole persona on how this guy acts in the movies and on TV. And they're funny. The people I know that I'm talking about, they're funny. Yeah, I like them too. My first one though is Woody Harrelson, Billy Hoyle.
Yep.
The fact that he can keep losing his money and keep making the wrong decisions, but I still keep pulling for him. It's just a good character. I don't know. I liked it. I wanted it to work out. When he made the wrong decision after when Wesley Snipes comes to him and asks him for money, and he's like, "Hey, we got to go down there, duck and fly," or whatever his name was.
Yeah, the king and duck.
Yeah, Gator and the mad scientist. We're down there doing the thing, and he made the wrong decision, and friggin' Gloria comes up and gives him a kiss and says goodbye and just leaves. And he's like, wait, what? He didn't even realize she was leaving.
Yeah. Does she rollerblades off? And he's like, all right, I'll just see you later. We'll just catch up after at the hotel. And she's like, no, you'll never see me again.
Yeah, we'll go to the hotel and party. And dude, it's Woody Harrelson. He plays those types of characters and he does it every time. You just pull for him. I don't know. I liked it.
He's so good, man. We talked about him in Doc Hollywood because he didn't have a big part, but everything he said was brilliant.
Yeah.
Earthquake insurance, something I'm keen to take a whack at.
Whack at. Yeah.
So I'm glad we're getting to the era of Woody Harrelson leading roles because he's always so good.
Yeah, he's still so good. Yeah, I'm with you.
He's really, like, normally when I write my characters, I'll write down some stuff about them, like other stuff they did, specific things that I liked. But for this one, he's one of my others. I just wrote Woody Harrelson. I don't even know where to begin. I just like him. He's very good. He's really funny. They said that when they were doing the basketball auditions, like everyone comes out and they just would do pickup games. And Marcus Johnson, who's a 5-time NBA All-Star, who was in this movie, robbing a convenience store, would play in the pickup games. And Woody Harrelson said, it was like one of the most humbling experiences of my life.
Right.
And so this NBA All-Star is dominating these actors. But they said that Wesley and Woody just got on the court together, and Wesley is really super athletic, like straight up jumping 10-foot fences and like 12th degree black belt, whatever.
Right.
Terrible basketball player.
Yeah.
But Woody is a really good basketball player. You can tell from his shot and his handle and his passes.
Right.
But they said those two stepped on the court together and they just had such a good rapport, immediate rapport, because they said Wesley would just, was an all-time trash talker and Woody could always just fire right back. And they just, because they were in a football movie together in 1986.
Wildcats. Yeah.
Wildcats. So they knew each other and they just and they both said, it was like, just, that's my brother. We had a great bond. We really did play basketball. We really did gamble. We really did talk a lot of shit. We love each other. And I think that's what drives this movie. That's what makes it work, is the interactions between those two. And truth be told, Woody Harrelson's doing the heavy lifting because Wesley Snipes was kind of annoying in this movie.
Kind of. Dude, he brought it from an 8 to a 6. No joke.
Agreed.
Not his acting, but just his trash talk.
There were parts of this movie where his acting was really good, but the trash talk was like, God, dude, you're driving me crazy. And it's not because I'm offended by the things you're saying. I just don't think it's very good from like a movie standpoint.
Or from a trash talk standpoint. Again, it's from the 90s, and I'm sure that I was saying a lot of that stuff back then. Not.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
Great. Everyone said Woody Harrelson, like, he's a good player. Like, he was a good, pickup basketball player. He could dribble, he could shoot, he could pass, he could play defense. He knew, how to run a pick and roll. But they said that, they had to go, basketball training camp to prep. Once they got cast, everyone who was going to be in the movie had to go to basketball training camp.
Yeah.
Run by, college coaches with some of the NBA players. And they said that Wesley Snipes was so bad that he couldn't do a 3-man weave.
Nice.
Like, you just couldn't figure it out. You just pass and then you run behind.
Right.
Simplest thing in the movie. Like, your 10-year-old's done it a million times, I'm sure.
Figure it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Wesley Snipes couldn't do it. And it's like, if you messed it up, you had to go again. So if you were with Wesley, you knew you had to go 6-8 times in a row because he just couldn't do it.
That's awesome. I like how that breaks the stereotype down of the black person is better at sports.
And by the way, neither of them can dunk because all the scenes of them dunking are on a 9-foot rim.
Which makes me feel better about eating a whole large thin crust pizza.
I know I'm old and I never could really jump, but if you put me on a 9-foot rim, I'm going to look like 1994 Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I'm dunking and pulling the knees up.
Bringing that shit down. Yeah.
Pulling them all the way up.
Who's your next character?
My next one is Gloria, Rosie Perez. She freaking kills it, dude.
She's great.
When he can't dunk and has to come back to that motel and tell her that he lost the stuff, but he buys her the dress to try to make up for it. She freaking killed it. When she was packing up her stuff and she was getting mad, she's like, Jeopardy is going to call, Billy. It's my destiny that I triumph magnificently on that show, and I will never do that if I have to wear this stupid hoochie mama looking dress that you bought me, which was obviously a poor excuse to cover up the fact that you f***ed up again. I'm going to get on that motherfucking show, and I'm going to win because I'm filled with more useless goddamn information than any human being on this fucking planet. And then she just starts listing all kinds of, who is James K. Polk? How many moons are there on Pluto? What is a quince? It's a food, Billy, that starts with the letter Q, and I've got 7 more. She's just freaking out. Yeah. It's great.
Dude, she's phenomenal. I really liked her character and I really liked her performance. That scene, like, he comes in, like she's sitting at a table and she's like, the pizza's cold and the wine's warm. And he gives her the dress and he's like, yeah, we played pretty well. It's like, yeah, it must have done really well. She does not yet know that he won, but lost all the money trying to dunk, betting his partner.
Yeah.
And then, dude, he does the like thing that I imagine like a little kid would do. He just sits down and he just goes like, I lost some money.
You want to run that by me again?
But he's like mumbling. He's like, I lost the money. And dude, then she has the freaking epic meltdown and tantrum and just lights him up. It's really good. Her accent
It flips the table over.
drove me bananas, but she was freaking so good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of like the accent. I think it's funny. I mean, I don't want to like hang out with her all the time, but
Yeah,
I liked it.
that's 3 for me. Who else you got?
So I put as an honorable mention, just because I put it in here with the Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Wait, did you have 3 characters?
Yeah, I did. I have one more, but I just wanted to throw in Alex Trebek because
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
he was with that thing about Gloria going on Jeopardy. The last one I had was the Venice Beach Boys. Dude, every time they came on, I was just like, all right, they're in the beginning, in the end.
Yeah, the little doo-wop trio.
Yeah, and in the very opening of the movie, when he's like, you keep asking me what I am, don't you know I'm Presbyterian? He's like, Presbyterian, that's the worst thing a jazz singer can be. Presbyterians are God's frozen people. Wouldn't even swing if you hung them. I was like, dude, I don't remember any of that. That shit's funny. I like it. So I put them down because I didn't want to put Sidney Dean because
I didn't either. He really bothered me. The trash talk took way too long and was not very good. And also, like, even reading this stuff, because there's a lot written about this movie. And Wesley Snipes in every interview, you can tell he was just going like, yeah, man, my handle was great. My trash talking was great. My passing was great. My defense was great. He's like, I just wasn't a very good shooter. And I'm thinking, I watched the movie. Your handle is terrible.
He was carrying.
If me and you played pickup, I would straight up take your lunch. And I am terrible. Yeah, he was carrying, he was traveling. It's because it's a bunch of the basketball scenes are in slow motion.
Right.
So like he's doing the crosses, but you can see the ball is he's about to lose it in every shot.
There's a lot of good cuts in that though. They cut away just at the right time.
The editing is brilliant. And I probably when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, Wesley Snipes actually is really good. But now as an adult who watches a lot of basketball, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. You were not ever good at basketball.
Yeah.
You're insanely athletic. You're jumping fences wearing dress shoes. Not a great handle. A lot of carries.
When he starts arguing with somebody and they're going to fight, and I was like, what? He probably shouldn't fight Wesley Snipes, even if he's not wearing a black turtleneck, a fly-ass jacket, and some dress shoes. I made sure to write that down. Gundas.
I don't know who I can put in this movie instead of Wesley Snipes in 1992, though, so I don't want to, like, Damon Wayans?
Maybe. He could talk the trash. I don't know how good he is at basketball either, though.
I feel he's got to be better than Wesley Snipes. But yeah, I just can't think of who, like Denzel Washington wouldn't do it. I don't know. Like Sidney Poitier's too old. So I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know who to replace Wesley Snipes with, but the basketball was not very convincing and the trash talk was really annoying. All right. Extra good stuff. Writers and directors. Ron Shelton wrote and directed Bull Durham, wrote and directed Blue Chips, Great White Hype, 10 Cup, Bad Boys 2, and then a bunch of not as great movies.
Dude, did you ever see Under Fire? That was his first movie. That's with brand name Nick Nolte. And and it's got the chick from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. The Rose. It's got Rose in that.
Rose.
It's really good. Nick Nolte's a war photographer and gets on the cover of Time. And
nice.
And then he does baseball with Bull Durham.
Yeah.
And then he does White Man Can't Jump, then Blue Chips. And then he does Cobb with Tommy Lee Jones, where he writes about Ty Cobb's biography, and it's kind of dark.
Yeah, he did a couple biopics. He's got some really good movies on the list. I mean, Bull Durham is an amazing movie. Blue Chips is not amazing, but I really like it.
Yeah,
10 Cup, I really like. Bad Boys 2, I really like. And this movie, I really like.
The 2 boxing movies, Great White Hype and Play It to the Bone, both of those are not great, but there are parts in there where I really like. And then Hollywood Homicide, he did that one with Harrison Ford and
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Heartthrob.
I like that he did the same thing for this movie as they did for League of Their Own on our previous episode, which is that they made people audition for the sports part first.
Yeah, I thought about when you were telling me during the League of Their Own how they okay, let's just play a couple of innings and see if we can get some footage. You said it earlier. You just let them pick up basketball games. That's awesome. That's how you get really good footage.
And that's what they did during Bull Durham too. That's the way people should always do sports movies. They should make all the actors actually be able to play the sport, and they should just film them playing and just like edit from that. Other than like this movie actually had Ron Shelton drew up plays for certain parts of the game. Like, oh, it's 14-14. They're going to score the basket. Here's how it's going to go. Wesley's going to cross his guy up. He's going to come off a pick. Like Woody Harrelson's going to back cut. Wesley's going to spin, throw the ball over his head. And then Woody Harrelson's going to, he scripted all of that. But a lot of it, the in-between stuff is just like, just go play, we're going to film it, and then we'll just cut that up.
That's pretty awesome.
That's how you should make a sports movie. That's how you should always do it.
That's how you get the good stuff. Speaking of sports movies, are you ready to rank where you put this in your favorite basketball movies? Do you want me to list? You want me to list
Give me
them?
some choices. Yeah.
Hoosiers, Hustle, Coach Carter, Basketball Diaries, Love and Basketball, Glory Road, Hoop Dreams, He Got Game, Pistol, Birth of a Legend, filmed in Hammond.
Yeah.
The Way Back, that's with Affleck, Above the Rim, Space Jam, A New Legacy, Blue Chips, Semi-Pro, Uncle Drew, Six Man, The Air Up There, Celtic Pride, Like Mike, Air Bud, Eddie, and Boogie. Oh, and Joanna Man.
I'm glad that you gave me Semi-Pro. I thought you were going to leave that one out. Man, that list makes me think that there are not a lot of great basketball movies.
There aren't. There's a few in there that I really like that I would...
There's a couple in there that I really like. This movie is going to be surprisingly higher than I would have thought.
Yeah.
And so is Hustle, actually.
Yeah, dude, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I did too. I think from a basketball standpoint, this movie is as good or better than all of them.
I really liked Glory Road. Maybe that's just the message that I liked in that one, but... And then there's like, dude, The Air Up There. That's the one where Kevin Bacon goes to Africa and gets tries to get.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, he wants to go to Nuba.
Yeah, I freaking loved that movie when I was younger. I don't know. Well, I just didn't know, like, what if you have to pick not just the basketball part of it, and what's your favorite movie of that list?
This might be recency bias, but I think the best movie on the list is Hustle.
Yeah, me too.
It might be the best basketball movie that I've ever seen, front to back. Because it's really well done. And the basketball's, it's full of NBA players.
Right.
Hoosiers is also a really good movie. The basketball's really bad. They just keep using the same scenes, the same shots over and over again.
I like that movie, but the basketball's horrible in it. Yes.
So those might be the top three. This one, Hoosiers, and Hustle. And then I just start filling in with stuff that I like. Like Blue Chips I really like. I don't think it's a great movie, but I really like it.
I like Blue Chips. I also like Love and Basketball.
I like Love and Basketball. That's another one where it's like Omar Epps, very good, except for the basketball parts.
Right.
Yeah, are we not going to put Cadence in there? They have basketball scenes.
Yeah, but
don't have them up.
These are
don't
like,
have them up.
These are like, don't have them up, Bean.
I'm definitely not picking either Space Jam.
If you forced me to watch Joanna Man or Space Jam 1, I'm watching Space Jam 1.
There's some real stinkers, man.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
We'll be able to go through most of them, because a lot of these are in the 90s.
Yes.
There's something else I wanted to say about good. Oh, Boyz II Men, Simpin'
was on the soundtrack.
I don't know if you know this, but I didn't know what that word meant. Well, Simpin' is like a slang for wanting sympathy. I was just freaking singing the song. Like,
I didn't know that.
I was singing along and had no idea what it was about. And then I saw it on here and I was like, why would they pick this song? What does that word mean? And then I realized, oh, that's what it's about.
The studio wanted Ron Shelton to have more modern songs on the soundtrack rather than like Ray Charles from the Cowboy Record and Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And like he picked for one of the key parts of the movie an Aretha Franklin song that he actually wrote for the movie called If I Lose. And it's got a really like Aretha throwback vibe. It's all jazzy, like jazz progressions and horns and stuff.
I didn't realize that was Aretha. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Aretha. And it's like, you got to put a different song there. And he's like, no. He's like, this is going to be awesome. And the song is great. So the director, not only did he write the movie, he also co-wrote Gloria, the song with Woody Harrelson, and If I Lose, the Aretha Franklin song. It sounds like he was really intentional in picking songs that not only had the right vibe, but like had the right lyrics to support what was happening on screen, which is pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Because it was the 90s and those songs sounded or were actually from an older time period, it makes that part of the movie more timeless to me.
Yeah.
Like if you pick songs that aren't from the actual time, It makes the movie seem like, of course, the smack talk brings it right back to the early 90s and ruins it. But
well, same with the car. He drove like a classic car. He didn't drive like a 91 Corolla.
right, which was a good call.
The soundtrack was great, and the score was also really good. Benny Wallace, who's a saxophone player and a composer, scored the movie. He's never scored any other movies except for this and Blaze for Ron Shelton.
Nice.
Because he's just a musician. Yeah, but the soundtrack was, the score was also really good.
I don't have any more good.
The only other stuff I had, we've already talked about, like Louis Price, who plays Eddie the King and was also in the Temptations and the Drifters. That dude is legit.
Yeah.
All right. What's your worst?
The smack talk, but
Yep.
we've talked about it. That's it.
We have.
I know they popularized or brought to more mainstream the Your Mama jokes, but man, it was way too long and could have been better.
Completely agreed. I've talked about most of the worst. Rosie Perez's accent, like I needed her to take it down like 30%.
I don't know that she can.
I don't know that she can. Woody Harrelson, his character losing all the money, that was like a knife to the kidneys. Me watching that, I was just like, oh God, dude, you're so stupid. Can you just not?
But that's what I liked about it.
It's important that he did that, but it's just personally hard for me to watch. And I liked that they didn't get back together. The movie ends, Gloria rollerblades away, and he's like, I'll see you at the hotel. And then he goes and wins the money.
Right.
But it's like he lost his chick because she's like, no, I'm done. You're an idiot with a gambling problem, and I'm going to go on Jeopardy and then crush it.
Which is important because that's what she should do.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. It's like, that's what you should do if you're dating a guy who has an obvious gambling problem and you're running from people who are trying to break your legs. Maybe just leave that one.
Absolutely.
I didn't like the racism and misogyny in this movie. I know it's supposed to be really, God, we can actually talk about how black people and white people are different. But now, 30 years later, it's not as progressive as I think people thought it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, it just sounds crappy.
And I know he's supposed to be Woody Harrelson. A couple times in the movie, he's like talking to Gloria and she says something and he's like, shut up, start the car. And I was like, all right, Ike, take it down a notch.
Yeah, there was a couple of times where he was like, I'm getting away from your crazy ass. And he like just leaves all because of her wanting him to sympathize with her dry mouthedness.
Yeah. Connect with her through the concept of dry mouthedness.
Right. And he freaking loses his mind and gets his keys and his car and his guitar and goes and gets in the car.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, in real life, you would just think to yourself, I'm getting away from your crazy ass. But in the movie, we can't hear the thoughts. So he has to actually verbalize that. And I was like, all right, now we've gone too far.
Woody Harrelson's a good enough actor where I could have him go, oh my God, with his face and say like, you'd be able to read it, but maybe not. I don't know.
That's true. Wesley Snipes, his handle and his acting, both, I think he ends up being a better actor than he is at this point in his career.
Yeah, he definitely does. Also, for worst effects, I just put Wesley Snipes playing basketball because I could tell that he wasn't that great at it.
But I couldn't when I was a kid because it wasn't until I was an adult that I started to realize like some of these slow motion Wesley Snipes crossovers don't look that great.
Right.
It really seems like he's carrying a lot.
Yeah.
I also said we could get rid of the whole mobster subplot. That's like 10 minutes of the movie we could cut out and it wouldn't change anything.
That's true.
Because the whole time it's like Rosie and Woody are on the run from the Stuckey brothers who they owe money to. And it's like, but he has a gambling problem. We don't need to have mobsters after him. They could just be in a cheap hotel and broke because he has a gambling problem. Old tech. No, it's actually, there's no fax machines or computers or did you have any?
I saw a payphone, but that was
payphone. They were listening to tapes in his car. That's about it.
Yeah.
Political correctness, we talked to the whole movie's like, here's how black people and white people are different.
Right.
It's like not like for 30 years ago, fine, now not as good.
Woody Harrelson also calls the guy the F word.
Yeah.
In the very last game. That's not okay. But everything else is fine.
Not okay. And also like a lot of kind of a casual misogyny and verbal abuse towards his woman.
Shut up and go start the car.
Just shut up. It's like, dude, you can't just be shouting at people like that. Cameos? Do you have any cameos?
The NBA players that I listed
I am
earlier.
Troy McClure. You may remember me from such films as Smoke Yourself Thin and Get Confident, Stupid.
Stupid. Oh, man, that's the great
NBA players, some of whom we couldn't actually identify.
I couldn't find and also don't know what they look like.
5 questions. Is it okay for kids? I'm guessing no. 90-something F-bombs.
No.
Titties flying in the breeze.
If it's more than 90 MFers, I'm going to say my kid can't watch it. The movie gets made. Is it going to be made again?
They're rebooting it right now. Jack Harlow, who cannot play, is going to be the Woody Harrelson role, and it's going to be written by Kenya Barris, who is the creator of Blackish.
Oh, nice.
Then they have some TikTok star who's going to be in the female role, and I forget this. I think the casting is announced. I don't know where we are in production, but
Yeah, Wesley Snipes' character's some Seneca something. I think his name is Seneca.
this is the type of information you guys come to us for.
Right.
Movie or TV show? It's going to be a movie.
It's going to be a
Who
movie.
plays the lead? We've got that part figured out. Question number 5, can you still watch and enjoy in 2022?
Did you not come up with other people to remake it? If you want to remake it, you're sticking with 60-year-old Woody Harrelson?
I didn't try because they actually are remaking it and it's already cast, so I just did. Did you come up with some? Who did you get for a remake?
No, I didn't realize they were remaking it until after I answered this question. So,
Oh, nice. Well, who'd you have?
well, only because they're around the same age as the two that played the movie now, Zac Efron, because we know he's got game. You could see it in High School Musical. And then Donald Glover, because I feel like he could talk trash, but he could do it the right way. And then I don't know any Hispanic actresses that I would want to do the same thing other than Aubrey Plaza. I want to see Aubrey Plaza just smoking it on Jeopardy with that deadpan stare she has.
Did you have He Got Game in your basketball movie list?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I like that one. I should have put that one in the top 5 too. Ray Allen and Denzel Washington.
Yeah, when you mentioned Denzel earlier, I said, I don't know, he's got game. I said it all white and said, like, he's got game with the apostrophe S in it. That's why you didn't get it.
Can you still watch and enjoy? Yes, for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
The basketball in this movie is really great. The trash talk is too much, but the interplay between Wesley and Woody is still really good. And Rosie Perez is really good.
And there's Jeopardy.
Yeah, there's Jeopardy. And there's 3-part doo-wop singing on the street corner guys.
Plus, I too know what it feels like to be thirsty.
Where can you find it? It's for rent everywhere that you would rent stuff. It's on Amazon Prime for free. Next episode, Boomerang.
And that's the end of the road. Get it? Because the end of the road.
The joke there is that End of the Road is on the Boomerang soundtrack and then spends all year on the Billboard Top 100.
The whole rest of the year, yeah.
Boomerang is a romantic comedy with Eddie Murphy, Halle Berry, Robin Givens, David Alan Grier, Martin Lawrence, Eartha Kitt, Chris Rock. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time, so I'm actually super looking forward to watching it again because it's got a bunch of amazing people in it. And, you know, it is the end of the road.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Watch this movie, go on Discord, and then connect with us through the concept of dry-mouthedness.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.